The world didn't see a champion in Jordan Hayes until discipline and consistency turned his silence into a global roar. In a small town nestled between rolling hills and wildflower meadows lived a young man named Jordan Hayes. From the outside, he looked like everyone else. He had dreams, fears, and doubts. But inside him, there burned a quiet determination, a fire fueled by something deeper than motivation. It was fueled by discipline and consistency. Jordan wasn't born with extraordinary talent. He wasn't the fastest runner, the smartest student, or the most naturally gifted speaker. But what he lacked in natural gifts, he made up for with a fierce commitment to routine. His story, eventually heard around the world, became one of the most shared motivational compilations ever, even catching the attention of MarcusATaylor. The turning point. It all started after a humiliating day in high school. Jordan had just failed yet another math test. His classmates laughed, his teacher shook her head, and even his parents quietly expressed their concern. That night, as he sat alone in his room, Jordan looked at himself in the mirror and asked, "Is this the life I want?" The answer came not in a burst of emotion, but in a quiet whisper of resolve. "No, and I'm going to change it." He didn't set out to become a success overnight. He made a simple plan. Wake up at 5 a.m. every morning, study for 2 hours, exercise for 1, then start the day. No skipping, no excuses. Just show up every single day, no matter how he felt. The first few days were hard. The first week was brutal. The first month tested every fiber of his willpower. But every day, he showed up. The discipline of small wins. At first, the changes were invisible. But slowly, his grades improved. His mind felt sharper. His body grew stronger. His self-respect began to return. People didn't notice at first. They only saw a quiet boy sitting in the library during lunch, running on the school track before class and writing notes late into the night. But Jordan didn't care about the noise. He was building a foundation, brick by brick, with the tools of discipline and consistency. What separated him wasn't brilliance. It was endurance. When others quit after 2 weeks, he pushed through the third. When others waited to be inspired, he created his own spark by sticking to the plan. Success is found in the boring. Jordan often reminded himself of a quote he heard in a podcast by MarcusATaylor. Success isn't found in the extraordinary moments. It's found in the boring ones you don't skip. That quote became his mantra. There were no cheering crowds, no fireworks, just early mornings, late nights, and a relentless refusal to quit. But behind those quiet routines, a transformation was unfolding. He wasn't just changing his grades, he was changing himself. The breakthrough. By the time Jordan reached his final year of high school, everything had changed. He graduated with honors, earned a full scholarship, and gave the valedictorian speech, something that once seemed unimaginable. In his speech, he said, "Everyone wants motivation, but motivation is like a spark. It burns fast and dies quickly. What you need is the firewood of consistency and the matchstick of discipline. That's what keeps the flame alive." His words echoed in the hearts of students, teachers, and even those watching the speech online. It went viral, gaining the attention of thought leaders, educators, and eventually MarcusATaylor himself. Marcus invited Jordan to speak on his podcast and later included his speech in one of his most powerful motivational compilations, Consistency and Discipline, Best Motivational Speeches Compilation. College, challenges, and character. Jordan entered college with the same mentality. This time the distractions were louder. Parties, procrastination, and pressure tempted him to relax. But he knew what got him there. He wasn't going to abandon it now. He created a wall calendar and checked off every single day he followed his routine. No 0 days. Even if it meant studying for just 10 minutes or doing a short run, he did something. Every single day. He told himself, "Discipline is doing what you promised yourself long after the feeling has faded." During his sophomore year, his mother fell ill. Balancing hospital visits, assignments, and part-time work tested him like never before. But even then, he stuck to the plan. Not perfectly, but consistently. And when he stumbled, he got back up without shame or delay. He graduated top of his class and landed a job at a leading tech company. But that wasn't the peak. It was just the beginning. From student to speaker, Jordan began speaking at schools, podcasts, and conferences. His story wasn't about miracles or overnight success. It was about the unglamorous grind. He shared the truth that most people didn't want to hear. Success is boring, repetitive, and often thankless before it's rewarding. His speeches echoed one central idea. You won't always be motivated. That's why you must learn to be disciplined. And if you stay consistent long enough, the world will notice. MarcusATaylor eventually featured Jordan's journey in a full-length motivational video. It became one of the most shared motivational speeches of the year. In that video, Jordan says, "Discipline is loving yourself enough to keep your promises, and consistency is how you prove to yourself that you're serious." Legacy of a mindset. Years later, Jordan founded the Consistent Grind Foundation, an organization that taught young people the power of building habits, tracking routines, and mastering their mindset. It wasn't just about hard work. It was about working smart, staying focused, and never giving up when the results were invisible. He trained athletes, students, entrepreneurs, and even recovering addicts. His message resonated across all walks of life because it was built on timeless truths. No tricks, no hacks, just daily effort, discipline, and delayed gratification. Final words to the world. In his most viewed keynote speech, Jordan ended with these words: "If you want to be unstoppable, don't chase motivation, build discipline. Don't wait for the right time. Make every time right by showing up. Be consistent, be patient, and one day the world will call you talented. But you'll know the truth. You'll know that it was never talent. It was your consistency and your discipline." Jordan's story proves what MarcusATaylor and countless others believe. Motivation gets you started. Discipline keeps you going. Consistency makes you unstoppable.